Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers head back to hardest hit area to distribute supplies to affected residents. Malaysia TIMA team and Tzu Chi volunteers conduct monthly medical visits and cleanup efforts. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. At the end of last year, Tropical Storm Usman struck the Philippines, taking away hundreds of lives. Recently, the volunteers went back to the hardest hit areas to conduct an aid distribution for more than 1,000 affected households.
The sheet metal house, supported by a few bricks, was built with debris left over from the storm.
I always pray to the higher powers for providing me with compassion, so that I will have the chance to receive blessings and rebuild my home.
Northern Samar of the Philippines was struck by Tropical Storm Usman at the end of last year. Tzu Chi volunteers assessed damages at the beginning of the year. This time, they went to La Vega to conduct a distribution of relief goods. 80-year-old Elena Dino cannot hold back her tears upon receiving the blankets. Love has also been sent to Kataman, where most of the affected residents had difficulties traveling to the distribution sites.
Distribution for the Mabini village today is very special, since the village is located in a mountainous area where mudslides usually take place. We're not able to bring these relief goods to the mountains. That's why they had to set out at 4 in the morning and walk for 3 to 4 hours to reach a town. The city government then dispatched a truck to drive them to the distribution site.
Villagers' efforts to reach the distribution sites can be seen from their feet and pants covered with mud. Local volunteers in Tacloban, who received Tzu Chi's disaster relief after the 2013 Typhoon Haiyan, also came to help.
Through the years, I have learned the teaching of Master Cheng, and I follow her teachings, and now I'm a volunteer of Tzu Chi. And I am very glad that I have the opportunity to serve the people here in Northern Samar.
Volunteers overcame distance barriers to help affected residents, allowing them to regain the power to rebuild their lives.
Since the Lunar New Year is just around the corner, Beijing Tzu Chi volunteers brought New Year gifts to a Tzu Chi scholarship recipient's home. Besides having a reunion meal with them, volunteers also brought over red envelopes of blessings and wisdom.
Beijing is now full of festivities because there are only a few days left until the Lunar New Year. Tzu Chi volunteers have been busy purchasing New Year goods, not for themselves but for a family of 3. Putting on the new clothes given by the volunteers, the family of 3 show smiles on their faces. All of the goods on the table are the New Year gifts that the volunteers have brought for them.
Look, this is walnut oil, which can be mixed with cold dishes or used when cooking vegetables. Walnut oil can be used in various kinds of recipes. You can also add some to your juices. It is very nutritious.
To celebrate the Lunar New Year ahead of time, volunteers led Kang Yu and her brother to wrap dumplings. The thing that still worries the 16-year-old Kang Yu is her mother's swallowing difficulties.
My mom cannot eat anything now. She can only consume a liquid diet. I'm going to juice up some vegetables for her, then later cook some rice soup.
Kang's mother, who has been suffering from ovarian cancer for more than 4 years now, always feels especially energetic every time the volunteers visit her.
I always feel that she has the opportunity to learn everything during the period when I'm ill. Therefore, when I pass away someday, she can be self-reliant and take care of everything. I think it's important to train her like this.
To fulfill her mother's wishes, Kang Yu expects herself to take care of her mother. The paper cranes she made are full of best wishes.
Each paper crane is full of blessings. We wish your mother a speedy recovery. We can accumulate the paper cranes we have made, so next time when we come, we can put them all together with threads. The powers of our wishes are immense.
Volunteer Han Yahui is like a big sister. She sends a letter to Kang Yu every month to give her spiritual support.
电话里听你说妈妈因为病情在保定住院，又到北京化验检查，而你并没有告诉我， 一边觉得你好坚强，一边又好心疼你。
这个图案呢是我们的金丝金社。
Volunteers delivered red envelopes of blessings and wisdom to the family of 3, sending them best wishes for the new year.
好，下次周琦来，我能够给你做饭。好。
In eastern Taiwan, both the Guanshan and Yuli Tzu Chi hospitals' prospective medical teams and volunteers conducted medical home visits for the local care recipients. While caring for their health, the volunteers also helped clean their homes in preparations for the Lunar New Year.
The medical team and volunteers of Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital conducted medical home visits. They not only care for care recipients' health, but also help clean their homes.
The house is full of trash and newspapers, and the floors are unsanitary. After we care for this family, we will continue to provide follow-up care to them. This is very important. We should not stop caring for them after we conduct the home visit.
Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital also mobilized to help clean care recipients' homes. All the volunteers joined hands to clear out trash, which also swept away their worries.
We disposed of all the items that are no longer used. This makes me feel that only by giving can we gain something. This way, we will know which things we truly need, and we should keep them for future use.
With the love and warmth provided by the medical team and volunteers, residents who live in remote areas can celebrate the Lunar New Year in greater comfort.
Speaking of safeguarding the health of the population, a Central District TIMA dentist and his wife traveled to Mali to conduct regular free clinics. The couple served without asking for anything in return. They simply hope to alleviate the patient's sufferings.
Dentist Hong Jianming always treats his patients mindfully. Hong's wife Zhao Yaping, who is by his side, comforts the patients. This couple operates a dental clinic in Taichung. Whenever they have time, they are serving free clinics.
At TIMA's free clinics, if they need extra hands, they will always inform me. I will join them when I have time.
We can come out to serve and form positive affinities with everyone. In Tzu Chi, I'm also a small team leader.
The couple serves without asking for anything in return. They simply hope to alleviate the patient's suffering.
Working in the medical field, we are able to witness suffering and pain caused by illnesses. We hope to heal people's bodies and minds so that everyone can be happy.
Healing the patient's body and mind, the couple is spreading great love through serving in free clinics.
In Penang, Malaysia, there's an 87-year-old solitary senior. His body is still healthy, but he has a habit of picking up whatever material he deems still worthy. One day while he was dismantling a refrigerator, his leg was injured, leaving him with a huge wound. Therefore, Malaysia TIMA medical personnel and Tzu Chi volunteers conducts monthly visits to care for this grandpa.
87-year-old Dan Yao is a solitary senior who is very independent. He's able to take care of himself except for the huge wound on his calf. Therefore, the Malaysia TIMA medical team and Tzu Chi volunteers conduct regular medical home visits to help him change his dressings.
There are many people who come up to you and ask how you are doing, but they don't come often to visit, unlike Tzu Chi volunteers and the TIMA team who would come and see me every month.
I have already visited Grandpa Dan 6 or 7 times. The other nurses will come as well. Grandpa Dan is very lovely. She would always tell us stories of his life, like what he did in the past where he worked, etc. We told him to get more rest, but he would say that he is still able to walk around. For me, he is a very independent person who can do everything on his own.
Grandpa Dan doesn't have any family members living with him. In addition, he has been moving from place to place in Penang. Although he often changes his home address, what has never changed is volunteers' continuous love and care.
I'm not originally from Tangshan City in China. I used to live in Telu Kintan.
I realized just how powerful love is while caring for Grandpa Dan. When you wholeheartedly give your love and care for the seniors, they can actually feel it. I don't know how to exactly describe this feeling. It's almost like an invisible connection, bringing us closer than before, and they trust us as well.
Many things were cluttered inside his home, making the environment quite unhygienic, which greatly affects the recovery process of his wound. Therefore, the volunteers came to help him clean.
I told him that his room has way too many things stored inside, which causes the living conditions to be quite unsanitary. As for his large wound on the calf, it will take a long time to heal because of this unhygienic environment. He finally agreed to let us clean up his room. Since he has long been used to collecting items, it wasn't easy at all for him to make this decision.
The volunteer's sincerity and love had deeply touched Grandpa Dan's heart, letting him know that there is a greater family that he can rely on in his later stage of life.
For many visually impaired individuals, their job options are quite limited. Fortunately, many civil organizations are finding new job options for them. In our next report, we will meet a teacher who has successfully started her own business despite her vision impairment. Her story has inspired many to explore their unlimited potentials.
In Taiwan, it is common for visually impaired individuals to become masseurs or masseuses. Even job counseling for those who lost their vision after adulthood also focuses on the massaging profession.
This is a profession that people have chosen in the past. In addition, there really is a demanding market for it.
In Taiwan, visually impaired masseurs can earn about $650 a month. The Person with Disability Rights Protection Act has stipulated that for every 67 employees, one visually impaired individual must be hired. Therefore, if visually impaired people work hard, they can earn somewhere between $2,600 to $3,200 a month. For those who lost their vision after adulthood, they inevitably would think about what other job options are out there for them.
Massage, music, and telemarketing are the only things that pop up in one's head. So why does the website of the Technology Development Association for the Disabled offer so many different job options? It's very simple. It's because most visually impaired people do not believe there should be limits to what they are capable of doing.
Transcription typist, high school teacher, beverage shop owner. These jobs are all different choices for the visually impaired.
在我进来之前，他们并没有碰过热水。
Suffering from retinopathy since she was 19 years old, Lin Jiazhen had to quit school to start working. She once operated a coffee shop in Taipei for a total of 10 years.
Originally, I studied environmental engineering. However, I could not do related jobs due to my vision problems. Then I thought I should be able to do a job that is focusing more on the repetitiveness of movements. Therefore, I stepped into the catering industry.
Lin was invited to teach at a school for the visually impaired due to her successful experience in starting her own business.
After coming here, I realized for the first time that there are many physically and mentally challenged children like me who do not know where their future lies.
Although Lin's vision has severely deteriorated by 2018, she still works hard to pass on her experiences to the group of visually impaired students.
This is a voice-activated balance. This is a water capacity measuring device. When hot water reaches the edge, it will vibrate to alarm the individual.
Lin is teaching the students to make plum tea with various advanced assistive devices. Since they've already learned to do massages, they'll want to learn a new skill to prepare themselves for the future.
Since our major is rehabilitation and massage therapy, we will probably work as a massage therapist or go into the catering industry.
I think being able to enhance one's ability to take care of themselves and boost their confidence is a great thing.
Li Binghong, who's tall in stature, is the first visually impaired lawyer in Taiwan. Suffering from congenital vision loss, he worked hard to obtain his lawyer's license. He currently works at a legal aid foundation.
In terms of labor disputes, we need to see if there is an incident of occupational injuries. In terms of disability payments, the Bureau of Labor Insurance currently does not provide high payment to the individuals concerned.
People who lost their vision after adulthood need to undergo psychological reconstruction, life reconstruction, and job reconstruction. However, the Bureau of Social Welfare is in charge of life reconstruction, while the Department of Labor is in charge of job reconstruction. Having to work with two different organizations could be quite a difficult process for the visually impaired individuals.
在我们现行的身心障碍的权益保障法
In the Person with the Disability Rights Protection Act, there are special conditions from Article 33 to Article 37. In addition, the Ministry of Labor has also defined what vocational evaluation, job accommodation, and startup services are. In fact, there are actually very detailed regulations in place already.
In fact, there are many organizations who have much experiences in helping the visually impaired individuals rebuild their lives. The professionals suggested that people can seek help at these organizations instead of dealing with the Bureau of Social Welfare or the Department of Labor directly. It's not worth wasting one's potential over disputes.
台东慈济 volunteer 周景志 enjoys playing music. He has written many songs on the topic of recycling, hoping to inspire more people to implement recycling practices into their daily lives. Let's meet this artistic earth protector.
This is a song written by Tzu Chi volunteer Zhou Jingzhi. The lyrics are easy to understand and carries a message of environmental protection. At the humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion, visitors watch Mr. Zhou perform.
We can relate to the lyrics, and they are also easy to remember.
We need to think for the future generations to let them live in a cleaner world. We need to quickly start doing recycling in our daily lives.
Mr. Zhou has written many songs on the topic of recycling, as he has been doing it for 18 years. The guitar in his hand was once a recyclable item.
If it's usable, then it's treasure. On the contrary, if it's unusable, then it's trash. The recyclable items can be turned into reusable products, and this is why we are doing recycling, to extend the product's life cycle. It's never about taking things from others.
Music can always bring people closer. Mr. Zhou walks around at the pavilion and performs. A group of visitors from Taoyuan have learned how to sing the songs from him.
This lyric here is describing the recycling volunteers. We enjoy doing recycling, and the next lyric is, all of the recyclable items need to be sorted. Dharma Master Zheng Yan once said, turning garbage into gold and gold into love and kindness. Therefore, I added Master's teachings into the songs.
For Mr. Zhou, music is a good way to spread the concept of both recycling and environmental protection. Moreover, his performance brought joy and positive energy into the pavilion.
The homemade parent-child bonding class in Zhanghua paid a visit to the humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion. Most of the children already practice recycling in their daily lives. However, through this visit, they gain an even more deeper understanding on the subject matter.
爱惜水资源可以吗？
Tzu Chi volunteers guide the children with patience, asking them to cherish and conserve water resources. 7-year-old Lin Hongshen listens carefully to the volunteers and answers the questions.
绿绿的山，蓝天白云，还有蓝天白云，对。
His family runs a factory. Usually, he will help with sorting recyclables.
分类整理，玻璃归玻璃，塑胶归塑胶。
Here, the Huang brother and sister duo also help sort recyclables at home. In addition, they will go to the recycling station with their grandma.
跟外婆去采瓶子，
感觉怎么样？
感觉很有意义。要分类，不要让地球被垃圾淹没。
By visiting the humanitarian Ecotech Pavilion, the children understood more about environmental protection.
By visiting here, they will understand the importance of recycling as well as protecting Mother Earth.
Tzu Chi's dedication to environmental protection and the ways to promote the concepts of recycling are very meaningful and creative. So today, it's a good opportunity for the volunteers and parents to accompany the children throughout the visit.
In the future, Tzu Chi will continue to promote environmental concepts. As we can see, it's important for everyone to shoulder the responsibilities of taking care of Mother Earth.
Tzu Chi volunteer Lai Fengmei has been leading a group of cleaning volunteers at the Mingchen Liaison Office. They regularly clean the office on Saturday mornings. After that, they will also join a 1-hour study group to learn all about Dharma Master Zheng Yan's teachings.
A group of volunteers regularly help with cleaning at Ningchen Liaison Office on Saturday mornings. Tzu Chi volunteer Lai Fengmei prepares snacks so that the volunteers can enjoy breakfast after cleaning the place. In addition, she holds a study group for these elderly volunteers to share Dharma Master Zheng Yan's teachings. Huang Yongdong, who guides the reading session, has been influenced by Lai.
Back then, I did not know Sister Fengmei. However, I simply follow her instructions. In fact, I'm not someone who would normally follow people's instructions. But when Sister Fengmei asked me to help out, I simply follow her words.
Lai said that she's not a good talker, but she has set an example for people to learn from.
Most of the volunteers say that they are blessed to be led by Sister Lai Fengmei. She's good at guiding and caring for people.
A Dharma family has asked her daughter to follow Lai's guidance before she passed away.
My mother asked me to follow Sister Fengmei closely. I'm so grateful that Sister Fengmei has accompanied and cared for me for more than 10 years.
I must become a coordinator and gather everyone here.
Lai made this vow because when 9/21 earthquake struck, she saw how the affected residents suffered.
I vowed that I must help to raise funds and inspire others with love. I want to recruit more volunteers and see if we can help the affected residents.
For 20 years, Lai has served everyone with sincerity and led them with love. She has recruited many cleaning volunteers, and they all enjoy carrying out Tzu Chi's work.
85-year-old Liao Qingcai became a Tzu Chi volunteer through doing recycling. He was once depressed when his wife passed away. However, by using his mechanical skills to give recyclable items a second life, he has found a new meaning in his own life.
He and his wife entered the Tzu Chi family because of the volunteers' invitation 20 years ago. The couple has walked the Buddhist Seva path together and encouraged each other along the way. Unfortunately, his wife had left the world earlier.
Brother Liao was very depressed that time. He also had a colorectal cancer surgery, so he couldn't drive the recycling truck anymore. It's when he discovered that his talent can be used in recycling too.
He had operated an auto repair factory, and his talented mechanic helped him to find a new way when his life has hit the bottom.
I took it home to fix it, and I will give it to her after I fix it. It will be like a brand new one.
He gathered all the recycled fans in front of his house and used his skill to repair them.
I'm fixing the fan with my best skill. I've fixed almost 100 to 200 fans a year. These recycled fans are precious to Dharma Master Zheng Yan.
He has twisted his fingers for fixing the fans. It has moved me deeply.
His happiest reward is that the father-son relationship has improved after his son became a certified Tzu Chi commissioner. In addition to extend the life of recycled fans, he also fulfilled his wife's wish and had the whole family join Tzu Chi.
I'm very glad he joined Tzu Chi, and he is growing to be a joyful and wonderful person. That's my best wishes.
The Surrey Tzu Chi office in Canada recently held their year-end blessing ceremony. A total of 25 volunteers and 68 members of the public participated in the event. Regardless of the age of the attendees, many did not forget to bring back their bamboo coin banks to further spread the spirit of compassionate giving. Have you put your love into the coin bank yet? Thank you for watching. See you next time.